want to move into? What do we want to vision? What do we want to dream for one another and ourselves? And I think it's just a really, really potent time for all of the energies, all of the collective energies, with everyone focusing today on this meditation. You know, all throughout the day, there's meditations going on, but just everyone, you know, within these circles really coming together to focus on this concept of the new earth and what it is that we want to create. And I think, you know, this is what indigenous cultures have always practiced, you know, this art of dreaming. And, you know, that's really our task right now, I believe, is just dreaming in the new earth. And we do it with our thought forms. And
Yeah, and I think you know it's interesting. We have such a, especially in the American culture, we have such a hard time allowing ourselves to pay attention to what we dream from the soul, not what we dream of in term. You know, dream's a funny word because dream can be what happens when you sleep. Dream can be what you wish you were accomplishing in this life according to programming.
right.
Dreaming can be just this inspiration that comes out of nowhere for no reason. Like, why is it that some people like to sing and some people like to dance and some people like to do mathematics? You know, what is that thing? And I think that today there are millions of people because of this is my understanding. And please, anybody that has more knowledge than the actress that's on this call right now, that'd be me. Speak up. But because everything is so connected, we are electromagnetic fields ourselves. The planet has an electromagnetic field. All the star system, all of it, it's all doing this magnetic dance back and forth. And so when we say astrologically there's a portal, it's because of things have lined up in a certain way, and the frequencies are creating this ability to anchor in the frequency that we want to live from and in and create from. And that is the frequency of love, which is our truest form and that's our truest state of being. And so today, a lot of people are meditating, and for some people, it's like, whoa, I can hardly sit for 10 minutes. But the importance isn't, like, meditation is a way for some people to get there. But for some people, it's climbing up in a tree. For some people, it's petting a puppy. When you're in that moment of pure love and bliss, I don't care if it's from staring at your baby or watching I Love Lucy, you're in it, you're there. And so give yourself permission today to play all day long. And the moment a minute of fear comes up because of all the perception of what's happening, and I say perception, not because I'm saying there isn't real stuff going on with the virus, because there is, but we're also limited to the media and what we're being fed, and that helps us create our perceptions. So if we can, for this day, especially because it is so powerful, such a powerful day, allow ourselves to play in that place of pure inspiration, the inspiration that speaks. It's like your soul speaks through that deep driving desire. If we can allow ourselves to play in those things with childlike wonder today, we are creating the future that we want to live in now in a most potent manner. And so what does that come down to? Have an amazing day. And every time you feel yourself being drawn to watch the news or being drawn to get whipped up in the chaos, just stop. Just today, just stop. Go, oh, there it is. Don't judge it. Let it go. Come back and play again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ellen, is there anything you want to say before we start connecting our hearts here? And I mean, I feel so connected already. I'm on fire.
I had this impression driving across town and knowing that everyone's kind of nestled in their space, because there's so few people out, and the people who are out are super friendly and, like, you know, waving, and, you know, so many people are showing up in such beautiful ways. But I really got the feeling like, oh, we're going through like this collective humanity metamorphosis, and everyone's cocooning because we're about to become the butterfly, like this new earth. And it felt like, oh, it's so exciting. Like, things are dissolving that need to be dissolved to turn into this new form. And I personally have been in this really high bliss state despite what's going on in the world, because I feel like I'm so connected to that butterfly energy of these visions that feel real to me, and they actually feel like, you know, there's so much harmony in my life. All my relationships feel sacred and loving and blissful. And, you know, there's flow and there's kindness, and I feel connected to earth in a much stronger way, and the moon, and like everything. I feel so alive. And I think that maybe what this period of cocooning, and that it might seem like a negative event is creating it, but it's the opportunity for each of us to evaluate what is the meaning of life, and what makes my heart sing, and how do I show up in my highest way so that I can contribute and also be supported. And this new earth energy, this love, this bliss, this expectancy, you know, it's like expecting the best, knowing that we can heal, knowing that we can work with the planet in these harmonic ways. It's just like a really exciting time. And today I feel is not just a portal for the day, but actually for a new future that is consistent and flowing. It's what we can live every day from now on. And there's a core number of us in a lot of the ancient traditions idea of, you know, a critical mass that can be reached today as people tune in and feel the collective heart, the collective oneness, and that joy. And that to me is just so exciting. And I'm just so grateful for all of you guys to be in this meditation, knowing we're just one tiny little group, but the ripples of all these other groups are like these concentric rings of well-being for all beings, and bliss and joy and health and vitality, and things we don't even know are possible yet are streaming through because we're ready now, you know. And there are some people who are stuck in fear, and I feel like it's an honor and a privilege to be able to hold that space, that container of saying, and that's valid, yet there's another experience also that is birthing right now that you can choose. And as we center and feel like that we are one, you know, we're able to just help other people get out of the fear and heal and find the solutions that work for them. So
we're creating the universal dream.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely. Marianne, did you get in? Another member of our team trying to get in, because I did
I'm
something.
in.
Thank you.
I'm in.
Okay, but your lips aren't moving. No, never mind. I'm just
That's funny. It's like you're here, but you're a face. You know, it's interesting. I have another friend trying to get in who can't get in.
Is the meeting locked now?
no, no, I don't think so. Although I'm not a tech person, but
I
I
can
did
see a little
set it up.
padlock in the top left. It looks like it might be locked.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Your client connection is encrypted.
Matthew's awesome.
Maybe it's just encrypted then rather than locked. Some meetings they'll actually lock, and then people have to go into a room to wait.
Okay, no, yeah, I did, for some reason, I put people on the, I thought I was doing a nice thing, giving people like the meeting room before, and then I have to accept them, but she's not, I've had to click everybody to let them in the room. But I haven't seen your friend, Alan.
Michelle,
Let's see, maybe I can allow to unmute themselves. Yeah, allow persons to rename. Okay. Oh, let me take that out. Okay. All right, I took that off. Matthew, thank you. There's no more participants in the waiting room. They can just ching right on there. Wow. How are my Instagrammers doing?
okay.
Can you guys hear everything okay? Hello? Oh, I'm so bad with technology. Yep, they're all waving. Okay, Ellen, do you want to?
Yeah, I can lead us into a meditation. I want to know, Matthew, is there anything that you feel inspired to have us set some time for you to share, or how are you feeling?
Sure. I mean, how much time do we have?
As much time as we want.
Yeah. Technically, we have 40 more minutes on the call. And
Yeah.
yeah, how would you
And
like to
how
share?
long's the meditation? Just don't want to.
Let's do like a 10-minute meditation.
Okay. Okay. Well, would anybody feel like getting into what we would call a qigong state of mind? This is a state of mind that we get into in our qigong practice, which gets us into a very relaxed and focused state, and it allows energy to flow. It would mean standing up, ideally. I don't know if would anybody be up for that?
Sure, I would.
Cool.
Yeah, let's do that before the meditation then.
Sure, yeah, it'll get us into a lovely state.
Yeah.
So if you can, just find a space. You don't have to move around, so you don't need a lot of space. And just stand up in a kind of uprighting position with your feet roughly about a fist width apart and parallel. So it's quite important to have your feet parallel rather than like a duck, which is making with my hands. And just stand with your crown of your head, your heart, and your hara or your dantian in line. And as you're standing there, just allow you can't really see it very well, but allow your hands just to come to the sides of your body. So quite often we stand and our hands are slightly in front of our bodies, kind of where our pockets would be, but just allow your hands to just come to the sides of your body, so that if you were wearing jeans with a seam, your middle finger would be about on the middle. And as you do that, just allow the shoulders to open, allow the heart to open, and just notice how that feels. And then we often curl our hands, and just allow your hands to unfurl. You don't have to put any tension into them, just allow them to unfurl so they're facing down towards the ground. And then just allow your knees to come off lock. So what we're looking to do is we're looking to stand in an uprighting position, relaxing, allowing energy to flow. So we don't want to lock our knees, so just allow your knees to come off lock. And what we're looking for is sort of like a dynamic tension, or you could say the absence of any unnecessary tension. And just allow your legs to relax. Your knees are off lock. Allow your thighs to relax and your hips and your waist. Then relax your stomach. We hold a lot of tension in our stomach. So just relax the stomach. It might stick out a little bit, and that's fine. Don't worry about that. And then relaxing the lower back, relaxing the torso, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms through the upper arms, down through the forearms, into the wrists and the hands, and down into the fingertips. I'll just invite you to close your eyes if you haven't already closed your eyes. Just allow you to relax even more deeply. And then relaxing the neck, relaxing the jaw, and just allow the mouth to be gently open. So you don't have to have your mouth wide open, you don't have to open your mouth, but just allow the mouth to be gently open. And just allow the breathing to come in through the nose and out through the open mouth. Now, some traditions will breathe in and out through the nose. So if that's what you're used to, it might be a little bit strange, breathing in through the nose and out through the open mouth. But just allow that to happen. And relaxing the face, relaxing all the muscles around the eyes, relaxing the scalp. And then just have a little scan of your body from the tip of your head all the way down to your feet. And just notice if there's any held tension. And just invite your body to release that held tension, just so that you're standing uprighting and relaxing with the minimum of any unnecessary tension, the absence of any unnecessary tension. And this is physical relaxation. And what you might find as you're relaxing physically in this uprighting position is you might find that your body wants to sway or wants to move in some way. And if it does, that's absolutely fine. That's energy flowing. Because what we're doing is we're creating the optimal posture in order to allow energy to flow. So you don't have to worry about that. What I would encourage you to do is, if your body does want to move slightly, you can just allow it to move. You can just allow it to rock, allow it to sway. In Chinese culture, they call this flowing breeze. swaying willows, which is quite a poetic way of, you can imagine the willows just slightly moving in the breeze. So now we want to just relax emotionally. So the way we relax emotionally is just by not getting involved in any emotions that might be present. And emotions can be present, and that's absolutely fine, that's part of life. But just for the purposes of this practice, just allow, if any emotions are present, just allow them to be. Don't feel like you have to get involved in them, just for the purpose of this, this practice. And then just allow your awareness to notice the air, breathing in through the nose and out through the open mouth. So you're standing there, relaxing physically, relaxing emotionally, and just starting to allow some mental relaxation as you notice the air breathing in through the nose and out through the open mouth. And in fact, we're not just breathing in air as we might think we are, but we're actually breathing cosmic energy as we breathe in through the nose and out through the open mouth. And one of the things that we also do in our practice is we actually enjoy our practice. So I'll just invite your face to just have a gentle smile, because smiling's good, and smiling's, creates a lovely feeling. And then, don't worry how, but just allow yourself just to smile from the heart. Really, really smile from the heart, however you want to smile from the heart. And if you're wondering, oh, how do I smile from the heart? Then don't worry about it, just smile from the heart. Because the you that thinks it's you may wonder what's smiling from the heart, but the part of you that knows how to smile from the heart can just smile from the heart. So just do that now, smile from the heart. And you may feel an expansive state. You may feel energy in the body. You may feel that swaying. You can just allow that to happen. And this is a Qigong state of mind. This is the basis for our Qigong practice. We're not going to do a Qigong practice. I just wanted to talk you into the Qigong state of mind. And this Qigong state of mind is a wonderful state of mind for creativity, for focus, for relaxation, for kicking in the parasympathetic nervous system, which is going to help our immune system, help us cleanse toxins. And actually, if you were to do this every day for just literally for 5 minutes and stand like this, relaxing physically, emotionally, mentally, and smiling from the heart, stuff will shift. Stuff will shift energetically, and you'll start to find your life will shift. And that's even without performing any kind of a physical practice, any kind of an exercise, just simply standing. And it seems bafflingly simple and maybe counterintuitive that actually this could be of any benefit, but I'll invite you, if you're curious, to just try this over the next week or 10 days or even a month, and just notice how that works for you. So just enjoy smiling from the heart, relaxing physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, just for a couple more minutes. And then just have a brief and gentle thought of an area 1 to 2 inches below the belly button and 1 to 2 inches inside the body. An area we call the dantian, some people call the hara. Just have a brief and gentle thought, and then just allow the energy to slow down, a little bit like a chauffeur slowing down a car, coming to a gentle stop. And then just come to stillness. And just enjoy the stillness. And then have a brief and gentle thought of an area 2 to 3 inches below the belly button, 2 to 3 inches inside the body. And just rub your hands together. Just get some energy going in your hands. And you can dab them over your eyes as you open your eyes. And you can give your face a little bit of a massage. And I guess everybody's in a relatively small room. Perhaps you just walk on the spot just to get some energy. Sorry, I lost my headphones there. Just have a little bit of a walk. And feel free to come back to your back to your chairs, and we'll carry on. So that practice is simply standing up, writing and relaxing, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, smiling from the heart, enjoying some energy flow, then coming to stillness, helping to consolidate that energy flow. A very simple practice. I'd love to hear how anybody found that, whether you enjoyed it.
Matthew, I'm actually disabled with 2 artificial legs, so I stood for as long as I could, and then I had to sit down. So, but I mean, I was doing sat down as well, so I was still doing everything you said, but just couldn't keep standing up because if I start rocking, I lose my balance. So,
no worries,
yeah.
no worries, Penny. I mean, you can do it. Obviously, you can do it sitting down.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
keep a straightish back,
Yeah.
just like you would in meditation.
Yes, thank you.
I loved it, Matthew. I thought it was awesome. I felt immediate shift as you guided us through it to this place where I was like, oh yeah, this feels so natural, and the energy flow, and I realized like how much tension that even though I'm happy, I'm still holding in my body. And what a great, simple practice to do every day that feels like just the flow feels so enriching and easeful for the muscles and the body. So thank you for sharing that. It's really profound.
You're welcome. I mean, it was quite a short guided meditation, but I am actually going to put out a slightly longer one, which I can circulate through you guys once that's available. So you just spend a little bit longer actually going through the practice, spending longer in energy flow, spending longer in stillness.
Deb and Daryl from Instagram said you have a soothing and guiding voice.
Thank you.
And that, yes, I did try it, Nia, because I said, did you guys try it? And they said yes. And
Excellent.
it was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, for all my people on Instagram, I just wanted because a lot of the people on Instagram have never been onto our Heart Empowered calls or Enlightened Up calls or any of these calls. So what you guys need to know is that, let me turn this around, is that on oh my God, my nose looks so big from there. No vanity whatsoever. Like, wait, what's that angle? That at humanharmonics.life, we're doing these live connect calls and things where we understand the power of intentionally joining our hearts together in the frequency of love and setting an intention moving forward. We're able to create this net that really empowers us from this true place of power, which is the frequency of love. And so that's what we're doing here. And I'm so glad you guys are here doing it with us. Okay, here we go, back at it.
Yay.
All right, so Ellen, you want to drop us into a little bit of a meditation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so can you guys hear me? All right, let's close our eyes and come from that wonderful energy that Matthew brought to us, that feeling of flow in our bodies, that we are energetic beings, and let's connect with that energy among each other and take that heart energy, that feeling of love. Let's pause and think about something that makes you feel joyful or loving or full of awe. Anything that, if you relate to the concept of divinity, or if it's a quantum field, whatever makes you feel more expanded than just your personality. And for just 30 seconds, let's each go into a quiet place and think of something awe, love, or bliss. Now, as we each have that current of energy flowing through our hearts, minds, spirits, bodies, wills, then let's picture coming together as rays of light emitting from us to a central column of light that joins us together. And also, let's interplay the idea that there are people all over the world meditating now on peace and healing and harmony and this new earth, as Mandy describes it, this feeling of oneness and connectivity. Like we are all one. We are brothers and sisters to one another and all beings. In that state of connection, let's feel that flow of divine love, of unified field energy, of connection, just rippling out from our hearts. Like a big torus field. Torus field kind of looks like if you cut an apple in half, that shape. That's the shape that our energy fields in their perfected form are flowing. And it's like nesting the universal field with the Earth's field with each of our individual fields. And if we click into that place of unified coherence, of this symphonic, synergistic, expanded state, in that energy field, there's only love. There's only love and oneness and unity and all the positive emotions that we have with health and vitality and abundance. Let's just dwell in that place for a moment. Let that saturate your being and your knowing. That's really the truth of who each of us is, this expanded field of love. Now each of us take a moment silently and think about all the things that you're grateful for, all the people who've ever loved you, all the people you've ever loved, all the ways the earth has supported you, all the ways that you have been kind and loving to others. And just go into a gratitude moment, gratefulness, 30 seconds or so. Now let's, again, feel that energy. And what I'd like to do next is kind of amplify that. We can, again, look at the chi ball and bring that energy into our dantian, as Matthew called it, below the navel and 2 inches in, and create this like a very, very powerful, concentrated field of energy that will be releasing to the universal field. And just pack everything you want everyone to know. Like I often have a prayer for, may all beings be happy, may all beings be free. Whatever you want to pack into your prayer sphere of love and light, just put that intention in. Intention is such a powerful tool that we have not quite discovered yet, the power of our human potential. Just put that in that energetic ball, whatever color, whatever shape, whatever appears to you. And if you can't see it, just feel it. And we'll raise that energy of intention up to our heart centers and feel it pulsing with all this potency for good. Let's create the greater great right now. All our love together. We're sending the greater great out to the world. So on the count of 3, we take that light ball and we're going to send it out collectively to the cosmos. 1, take some deep breaths. 2, 3. Just let that feeling of contributing your highest, best, most loving self to all beings. Let that joy ripple through you. Let it ripple out. Let's see that energy going to anywhere that it's needed. Anyone who's asking for a solution or healing or abundance or more harmony in their relationships or more ways to receive and support themselves and their family. Let's see that energy going out and sparking new solutions and ideas for each person who's calling for a solution right now. Yeah. Let's give thanks to all the other people who are also sharing their prayers and intentions for this day, this beautiful April 4th, 2020 day. And we'll do these space-time hacks and tune into, from my time, it's 8:45 tonight, and it's Eastern time, 10:45 is this great conjunction that Brian talks of. That is a very powerful energy. So we'll send our prayers to also activate at that time too. Now let's bring that energy back into our own bodies and take 3 deep breaths. And I'm just going to end with a mantra that was given to a friend of mine. It's a Swami who has passed and left the body, but he left this mantra for us to use during this time. Om Hrim Hari Makta Makataya Swaha Nanta Gaja Ka Atalaganga Rupini Raksha Raksha. It's a mantra to dispel negativity and a prayer for protection, which we are now all enveloped in. Let's take a few more deep breaths and come back to center. Come back to your body, feel your toes, wiggle them. Move your body about. And rub your hands together, that energy, and just bless yourself, bless your forehead and face and arms. And then just give yourself a big hug. Thank you for participating in this sweet little gathering for Human Harmonics. And just want to say thank you, beloveds, for participating. And just very thankful to be alive now and to hold this energy and container for the benefit of all beings. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. I think it's really, it's so wonderful to have so many people that come with so many different experiences and kind of levels of understanding, and knowing that the simplicity of it is that love is the answer. Mm-hmm. Finding that frequency within ourselves is always the answer. And that the key to prayer is in the feeling of it. Mm-hmm. And so when we allow ourselves to drop into the feeling of unity, the feeling of peace, the feeling of joy and exuberance, the feeling of excitement, when we allow ourselves to drop into that, we are being the prayer ourselves. It is the vibration of that is the prayer. Mm-hmm. One of the my Instagram folks they were asking, is an intention the same as focus? And that's an interesting question, because when you say focus, what is focus? It's really, I think of it of intention, and please, any of you guys chime in with this, mm-hmm. as a singularity of feeling that you can attach a picture to. Mm-hmm. So if I want, let's say, I really want a partner. Like I've been married a lot, but not for a while. So if I want a partner, I remember, like, what is the feeling place of having a partner? But I don't want to attach it to form, because then the form limits it. So all I need to know is, wow, if I'm feeling those feelings, And I don't mean the feeling the lack of it, because there's two ends of that stick. Abraham Hicks talks about that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If I have a desire, there's the feeling of having it, and there's the feeling of not having it. And so when we pray and we intend, it is from that place of having it. It's that place of being it, and we are it in that moment. And this is the key that most of us lack. Most of us will, I know when I first started praying or setting intentions, it was like, well, if I just say these words, but it's more like when I feel these feelings, know that they are true and know that they are in your field, and hold on to that frequency and milk it, enjoy it, and love it. And the intention is being able to put your the singularity in it and allow yourself to stay. That's what it is to me. I don't know. What about you guys?
Mm-hmm. I think that describes it really well. I think there's a what you were talking about, two ends of the stick. It's like you have this idea of when we're focusing on something, we think we're really focusing on, but a lot of times we're focusing on the lack end. And so it's easier to have often specifics. If they feel good, that can be part of your intention. But if the specifics bring up resistance or doubt, then it's better to have a general intention, like I just want to be happy. And we can choose happiness really despite any condition, even though it takes practice. Because really at the end of the day, any condition that we want, whether it is a partner or money or, you know, the core thing is we want to feel loved and receive love, give love. We want to feel connected to something larger than ourselves. We want to feel happy. We want to, you know, feel like we're contributing and have meaning and so on. And often the essence of all those are available to us. So if we make our intention about, oh, what do I already have that is in the essence of that, then it's like the universal field can match that in many, many ways beyond even what we have preconceived. Because when we make an intention based on our personality from the past, in some ways it limits how much good can come to us, because even more desires can be filled and expanded states can happen, especially now in this timing where we're really like in a dimensional shift. We're in a place where miracles are possible, where instant healing is happening, and it's being seen like all over the internet right now. There are amazing miracles happening. And so that time, that potential energy is there. And I think wherever you are is perfect. Wherever you are in your scale, you know, sometimes you need to learn to intend with resistance to get the results. So you say, I need to fine tune, and all that's perfect. It's not like we get this toolbox and then we have it and we have this perfectly level life. It's like, ooh, where is the joy in this now? Where is the essence? Where is the invitation to expand and to understand myself and the world and the universe and how it works? It's like that is so amazing. So I think intention is really a form of attention, focus in a way that if we hold it softly, it can yield the best results. If we like grasp onto this intention as I need this to feel good, then often it doesn't create the well-being in our lives. We don't allow that, even though it's there, our perception closes off the possibilities for it to come.
Well, there's an interesting comment here from one of my Instagrammers that says, I think having focus aids in clarification of intentions. Intentions are more hopes and dreams. Focus is the discipline to act toward them. And what I would love to clarify is that that's talking on, yes, in terms of in the physical form only. If I'm talking about my body and setting goals and accomplishing them. And I have been an absolute overachiever my entire life. I have had scholarships, I've had awards, I'm that annoying person that did the best at everything that I put my focus and intention on. So I know exactly what you're talking about, creating in the linear way. I know how to set that kind of an intention and a goal and step my way to it through discipline. And I'm tired of it, because I will tell you that everything I accomplished from that state of being carried with it a low-grade dissatisfaction, because I knew that in order for me to get that high again, I had to step one up more. And what we're talking about is working with the energies that exist that we cannot see. We're talking about the energies that create worlds. We're talking about the Taurus field. We're talking about our etheric bodies. We're talking about working with the energies of the universe. And this, to me, is magic, what we would call magic, when really it's an extension of who we are. And so delightful and much more satisfying because it affirms who I know I am, which is more than this physical body. And it's just a shit ton more fun. Sorry.
Well said. I love it.
I was a sailor in a previous life. Oh, I'm out of the closet. It's terrible.
I think wanting is a crutch, because the minute you start wanting something, I learned myself by not wanting, by stepping away from what I want and concentrating more on the universal love. The positive comes to you.
Yeah.
In some form that you're not expecting even.
That's
My
right.
husband, who I've now been married to for over 16 years, is not the man I would have ever gone with. He is not my type, but he is now. It was when the men I wanted in the past all turned out to be jerks. But when I stepped away from that pattern of wanting something, Pete came to me, and we've been happily married for over 16 years. And I think that's the answer, that you don't start saying, I want him, I want this, I want that, because that it pushes you away. It lets you have it, and then you learn from it that it was wrong. But what you wanted, you think, oh God, did I want that? No, I didn't want that. But so you learn that way. And I've personally found that answer with a guy. I'm talking from from having a partner. It worked for me better when I didn't want it. So Nia, sit back, don't want it, and then something will happen for you.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is like the recognition of what that desire is within you without placing an attachment to outcome, meaning you have an attachment to what it specifically looks like, because the universe has it out there for you in ways you couldn't even imagine.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't know what possibilities is an amazing place.
Yeah.
Where your desires can be met in ways you just can't even imagine. And
exactly.
the minute I decide how it has to show up, for me, I limit it. So
thank you for sharing that, Penny. That was encouraging for people who are looking for partners to hear your input on that and know it's possible. And Matthew, do you have anything that you would like to add on that? Anything about intention or focus?
Yeah, I was thinking about the question. I think for me, focus is like a zeroed in point of awareness. You're like bringing awareness to a specific thing. So it's really where that attention and awareness is placed. Intention, it's like that. You're visioning the outcome that you want, but as Nia said, you don't want to attach to that, because and you don't want to be wanting that. It's almost like you're setting an assumption almost, and that's the outcome that's going to happen. And the more you can detach from that and just be in that higher vibration of kind of feeling state of the thing that you're intending, the better. I think. I mean, in Qigong, it's interesting. There's an expression called Wu Wei, which sometimes is translated as, don't do anything and everything will be done for you. And essentially, what we practice today, where we just stood upright and relaxed and allowed energy to flow. We weren't trying to do anything. We weren't trying to achieve anything. We were just literally standing and being. We can just literally let go of everything and just be. And actually, that being state, that's really where everything starts to happen, because you're not trying to achieve anything. You're not trying to get to an end goal, but simply being and allowing the energy to flow. Things will happen in ways that we can't even conceive of and comprehend and work out. But it's a great place to be. Just the more we can be and the less we can do, in my book, is a good thing.
Marianne, is there something you wanted to add to that, or Mandy?
In my definition of focus, it's like a lens you know, a camera lens or whatever, if you open up the lens wider, you have a wider area. And yet when you, you know, get a narrower focus, laser-like, and I'm not saying it has to be one or the other, and it's about clarity too, and the feeling of what it is. So it's a combination of clarity and the feeling to bring it into into existence.
Into manifestation, yeah.
Yeah.
And what I was going to say goes perfectly with what Marianne just said, because this idea of being really clear about what our intention is. For instance, if my intention is to be successful as a healer, my focus might be really, really narrow in terms of focusing on marketing myself and promoting myself in these ways, and only looking at the people who might be coming to me who have the money to pay. But if my intention is to be of service to humanity and use the gifts I have as a healer to support others, then my focus might expand, and I might notice there's a person sitting next to me at the bus stop that is in need of healing that I might be able to support in that moment, and in that way serving my greater intention. So also allowing the focus to shift based on how broad the intention is.
Right. And I think it's a really wow, it's almost such a big conversation, but simple but not easy, in that what we're seeking really is the path of least resistance to that fulfillment, right? And so that path is constantly changing, and that's why we can't plan out too far and too rigidly. And the reason that the path is constantly changing is that in the matrix, like, we're all contributing to it. All of us are contributing to it. So we can, and we each have free choice. So if we use the partner thing as an example, Penny, you marry this guy. He's not perfect, but you get married, and it turns out, oh, he is. In any moment, he can choose differently. And now you've got a different situation. And so and the same thing with Mandy, like with your business. If you set your intention to figure it out, like how you're going to get there by laying it out, you're not going to see the path of least resistance is constantly shifting. So the universe drops it right in front of you, one step at a time. And so you have to have your awareness open enough to recognize what that little seed is that's being dropped in you, dropped right in front of you. And it's really a fun dance, but it's very different than the way we're raised.
Totally.
Yeah, Nia, he's not
And
perfect.
we're
No one's perfect.
thank you. Well, I am, and I just know.
No one is. My guy. He's just, he's right for me.
He's perfect for you. Well, we're coming down to the last minute of the hour, and I really just wanted to take a moment and thank everyone here on Instagram Live and here on our Zoom call for taking the time to acknowledge the love that we are and the power that we have in that space and as a collective, and the importance of stepping out from that frequency in this world and creating our world the way we want it to be right now, because this is a powerful time. And I want to take the time to thank everybody for acknowledging and accepting the invitation to stay in this place of creation and joy and gratitude, and allowing yourself to play all day today for the future of the world, because we're creating it now. And thank you so much to all the contributors here. Thank you to all my Instagram Live people. I'm going to stay on, and we can talk about Pretty Little Liars. Whatever that is that you want to talk about. They're hanging in there for the whole hour too. And I'm just, thank you for your willingness to be so open, and for allowing us all to feel this love. I feel an immense amount of love. Is there anything else the contributors want to say as we bugger off?
Be well, everybody.
Yes.
Stay
Okay.
in good vibration.
Let's take a quick moment to close our eyes and take a deep breath and say thank you. Breathe in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. One more time in and exhale. Thank you for this time together. I feel the love that surpasses all understanding, binding us together now and forevermore. Love creates like itself and is forever one with what's created. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much.
Have a beautiful day, everyone.
Yeah, get on that Facebook Live from Unify. There's all these events and music and wonderful things going on. I'll see you there. And it's 7:45 Pacific Standard Time, my time.
I can't make that because it's too late for me. It's one in the
Let you know. There's no time in the quantum field, babe. You're doing it now.
I'll be knackered at 2 in the morning.
You hear that?
Bye, everyone.
Okay, love you guys.
Love you too. Bye.